there. Okay, awesome. So your name, how do you say your name? I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Let me record also the. Could you give me the permission to also record the video?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because here I have clicked and they asked me, please ask the host to give give you the permission.
Let me see. I mean, it says this, I have it recorded. Is there anything I need to click?
I don't know because I'm not very familiar with Zoom.
Let me see. Oh, let me take a look. Hold on.
Oh, never mind. Then you send me the link where I can download the
Oh,
video.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'll send it to your email.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
So I'm going to ask you just a few general questions. There's no right or wrong answer. These questions will help me understand the problem. And so they're not all going to be like ballet related. But to start, demographically, where do you live?
Well, I live in Rome, in Italy.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I have been working in the past in different countries, and I have been teaching and I have been dancing as professional in different ballet companies, but not as a soloist, but as a corps de ballet.
Very nice. I love that. I guess so. I know you said you're a dancer, so is that like your favorite exercise to do on your free time, or do you do something else?
Well, I now, I still teach ballet, but not as a full time. But I work in an office, and which is more, bureaucratic things, the normal office type that you stay in front of the computer, you prepare the letters and everything. So after my work or before my work, I do my training, and when I can, I teach.
Nice. So, do you still practice ballet just as a sport, like just to do it, or just only in teaching?
Well, I started occasionally when I was very young, and my mother was insisting to me to start doing ballet. But she said, "Okay, you will start to do some gymnastic before ballet," and this is what I did. And after a while, she asked me if I liked to do ballet, and I said no, and yes, no, yes, no. So we were in, I didn't like it very much, but then finally I made up myself my mind, and I said, okay, I will try to do ballet. But it was a disaster in the beginning because I felt very ridiculous, and it was, for the boy especially, it was. It's a terrible feeling when you start to do ballet, classical ballet.
It was a different time.
Yes,
too.
I prefer the gymnastic type, more athletic, and I felt more strong in the gymnastic. Well, in the ballet, for me, it wasn't nice with the music, especially with the body leotards and the ballet shoes, and I felt a little bit ridiculous. But then I got used to it, and I liked the music and I enjoyed it. But I had a lot of up and downs, and my career was very tough, very difficult. It wasn't the easy type of life that I had in ballet, even as a professional dancer. So my dream was to teach, and this is what I started, and I tried to launch myself in the teaching, because I said I must understand the problems of the dancers in order to teach well. Because especially ballet today, you have to understand each dancer, because each dancer, each individual has different character and different problem. You cannot talk to one dancer, say one thing to a general thing to everybody. You must, if I tell you something to you, then I have to say the same thing, but in a different way to another ballerina.
So they could understand.
They can understand, yes.
So when you were younger, I know you said that you preferred gymnastics. So what officially made you interested in ballet?
Well, there wasn't really a performance that I really liked. Yes, I was having a lot of books about ballet with beautiful photographs
Mhm.
about the Bolshoi dancer, the Kirov dancers, and the United States dancers, the Royal Ballet dancers. And I was amazed by all these photographs
Mhm.
because at my time, now I am 63, but I am at my time when I was young, I was 10, 15 years old.
Mhm.
All the video that you see today in YouTube were not existing,
Yeah.
only photographs. So I really liked this, and I wanted to know a little bit more how they created those ballets,
Mhm.
how the choreographer invented these stories
Yeah.
into ballet, you know. And so when I started working as a professional dancer, I was more amazed to see the choreography and to see the choreographer at work than the dancer or me while
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah. Like putting
And
it all together.
yes, and also, you know, when you work in a theater, in a ballet company, what is very nice is the atmosphere that is surrounding you with the orchestra, with the, even if you are in a ballet studio, you have that big space that you don't have in a ballet studio, which is
Yeah.
different.
Mhm.
And also you have also the ballet company members that they help you when they
Mhm.
see that you are not up to do some variation, some combination, they help you. And they tell you, look, instead of doing this, you can do that. So just to make you improve the work. So there is a solidarity, there is a collaboration between everyone. This is why in a ballet company, it's very important that the atmosphere and the feeling that you must have must be like a family, very
Yeah.
united, you see.
That's the way the dance will come together.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is, when you were little, how was your learning environment? Like, how did you? So when you started, because your mom made you start, what were your expectations, and then what was the actual reality of what you were going through, going to a ballet studio?
My actually reality was completely different than the one I was dreaming of. Because what I was dreaming was a fairy tale, but
Yeah.
the reality was a real disaster. You know, it
That was
was
the
a,
first time I heard
it was
it.
a real hell that you couldn't even imagine because I was living in a country which it wasn't Europe, it was in Northern Africa, and it was in
Wow.
Egypt. It was in Egypt because my father was a French ex-diplomat, and he was working in different countries. So he was there, and my mother was also teaching in the Italian school because she was Italian. And it was very difficult because the only ballet school was my mother. There
Yeah.
wasn't other. There were maybe 2, 3 ballet schools, but the standing, the technical standing, wasn't really like Europe.
Hmm.
Wasn't strong enough. And also for myself, when I moved from Northern Africa to Europe, I had a very difficult impact, especially when I had to start learning with
Hmm.
new teachers from Europe. And my mother was very honest with me because she told me, I will give you the best of myself to teach you all the best I can. But you will have difficulties when you will start learning with new teachers. And
Hmm.
you have to learn new teachers, like pas de deux, character class, you know,
Hmm.
and different things that my mother couldn't teach. And
Yeah.
this was my difficult thing, especially the atmosphere that was surrounding me was more competitive because
Yeah.
with my mother it was a mini thing, but
Yeah.
when I went into another academy, that was a much bigger scale where you
Hmm.
have other boys, other girls, and you know you have a multitude of dancers who are surrounding you and working with you, and not all of them are keen to accept you.
Yeah, like especially
They
from who came from somewhere else.
Yeah, so they have a tendency to to make some gossips, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah
So
blah, and
like,
so you feel very embarrassed in the
yeah,
beginning. I had to get used to this
yeah.
also.
So how would you rate that experience from, from where it started to now?
Well, if I have to rate that, I would give the best vote. I mean, I would give 8+,
Yeah.
because life is the best university.
Mm-hmm.
And ballet life teaches you a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be able to accept the challenge.
Yeah. So it's
Because if you are not keen to accept the challenge, then the worst enemy is yourself.
yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. You're in your own way in a sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So is there anything you would have enhanced in your learning experience?
I didn't understand. There was a noise that you could.
Oh, sorry. Is there anything that you would have enhanced in your learning experience?
Well, I must tell you honestly, I'm happy like that.
Yeah.
You know,
No, that's
Before,
fine. It's
I wouldn't like to start all over again.
yeah.
Maybe in a different way, in a better way, but not the same like I did before.
Okay, so I guess another question that could top off, because you said that you also instruct. So is there anything you do differently instructing versus what was instructed towards you back then?
Well, on what concerns classical ballet, I just like the computer, I just copy and paste the
Mhm.
same combinations that all my teachers have given to me
Mhm.
when I was learning with them.
Yeah.
Because I just transpose everything from the past to the future students. On what concerns the postural gym, because I created this postural gym, which is a little bit like pilates, and mixed with yoga, mixed with stretching and a lot of other things.
Okay. Mhm.
And so I have been mixing my mother teaching with my own teaching and with other teachers.
Yeah.
So it made a beautiful class, and just to keep in a good shape. This is
Yeah.
important.
And making it more engaging for them, right?
Yes, because people need to be motivated today.
Yeah.
See what we see in TV, on YouTube, and it's very repetitive. You see the beautiful girl who is lifting her leg at 360 degrees,
Mhm.
but you must understand the technique, why and how you must raise up this leg.
Yeah.
See? And what could be the danger of if you push too much this leg.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So when you because you have so many years of experience, so do you do anything to prepare yourself, like when starting any kind of activity, whether it's ballet, yoga, Pilates, like?
Yes. Well, I must give myself, if I go to a ballet studio to teach, or when I was dancing also, I need at least 20, 25 minutes to be alone to
Mm.
meditate on my warm up,
Yeah.
mental warm up and physical warm up.
Yeah. And it's a
Uh,
tool.
yes, in order that I get used to the studio and I get used to the people who are just slowly coming in. And if you are doing a ballet class, that you see the pianist coming in, then the dancers. So you see this atmosphere who is growing up slowly.
Yeah.
If I go there 1 minute before and I don't have this warm up, I feel very sick, very uncomfortable
Mhm.
because I'm not prepared to this impact. It's
Yeah.
like if they tell you, now you go on stage, you do this variation without any rehearsals. You will feel terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel surprised, and this is the feeling. And so I need this warm up, even if I do my own classes at home for myself. I need this mental warm up and the physical warm up. Then, when I feel ready and strong, then I start the class.
Nice. I like that. I mean, it's a lot of,
Yeah.
I think ballet is also a lot mentally than
Yes,
physically, you just
yes,
have to,
yes,
it's more like carrying yourself so that you are graceful, and
exactly,
like light as a
exactly.
feather. So obviously you stayed consistent with ballet. Like how did you get to your consistency?
Slowly, slowly, gradually, gradually, not fast.
Yeah.
I'm a very slow person, and I might also be honest, I'm very lazy also. But I have to shake my mind a little bit, and because I know where are my weaknesses,
Mhm.
and but I have to go slowly. I can't go fast, And once I just ponder out how to set the things in a slow motion,
Yeah.
then I just go for it.
Mhm.
But if I have to do something quick, it frightens me a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, ballet itself, it's people expect variations to happen quickly. So you just took your time, and with that time,
Yes, when once we had in a ballet company where I was working in South Africa, we had some teachers who were coming, and they were adopting the Balanchine style, which is very fast.
Mhm.
And I have been working in France also, and there was an American teacher who was using Balanchine work in the class. And for me, Balanchine was tremendous because it was too fast for me.
Yeah.
You know, if you take the Russian are a little bit slower in the movements. They are fast also, but they are a little bit slower, especially in the adage, and that's good for me. But
Yeah.
when I have to do the Balanchine, especially the quick frappé and the
Mhm.
battement tendu and it was a drama for me.
Yeah. It's
My
like going,
brain wasn't no, my brain wasn't commanding my body.
yeah.
It was completely detached.
Yeah. Okay, that's understandable. So with all this, like you've been teaching for so long, how did you start building your routine to, to stay consistent and then help your students stay consistent?
I I had to build up my own syllabus for
Okay.
ballet.
Mm-hmm.
So taking a little bit of my ex-ballet teachers, building up my own, and creating new combinations at the bar, at the center work. And in the beginning, I didn't have enough experience,
Mm-hmm.
so I was experimenting my teaching on my students, and but very slowly in order to not damage my students.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see if what I was teaching was correct.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I discovered that the result was good because slowly, slowly, I could see the improvement of my teaching on my students,
Yeah.
and they could do more difficult things that I was doing at their age.
Yeah.
So I was very happy about
Yeah.
that.
That's good. Do you use anything to currently like track your progress, or like when you were, I guess, coming to be professional, is there anything you did to track your productivity? It also, like, now we have so much technology to like apps to track where you're at. Do you do any of that?
Well, I started teaching when I was 25, 26.
Mhm.
So at that time, there wasn't any fact to
Yeah.
probably register the notation and everything. I was doing everything by hand,
Yeah.
just writing all the movements, all the combination on a copybook. And I was just writing. And before going to class, I was opening the pages. I will do, okay,
Yeah.
today I will do this. Then I turn 2 pages. I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. And this is how I was doing set up the class.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like the technology we have today.
Yeah.
I don't think that the technology is really helping too much, you know. Maybe what you have to use more is your brain.
Yeah. So it's all like
Uh,
mental, like you keep
it's a
your
mental,
mental.
yes. This is
Yeah.
why I need the meditation before class, because
Yeah.
I had to concentrate on what I have to teach. It's
Yeah.
not the machine who will tell me how to concentrate or how to do the class. You
Yeah.
see. But what helps a lot, yes, are the videos.
Uh-huh.
Because today, when, for instance, you have a ballet school and you have the students who are doing the rehearsals.
Hmm.
So usually what I do, I take, for instance, I teach the variation of Swan Lake
Hmm.
to one or two girls. And then I tell them, okay, now that you have been learning the variation, we are going to film the variation.
Okay.
And then I put the variation of the students
Hmm.
and the same variation of the professional dancer.
Hmm.
And I call the student and I tell her, come and you see the difference. You see?
Yeah.
And like that, she will notice the difference and the mistakes that she's doing,
Yeah.
which is more, makes more effect than if I tell her without a video, this is wrong, this you have to do that, or you have to do this and you have to do
Yeah.
that.
Because then she won't get to actually see like what
Exactly
it
the
really
idea.
looks like.
You
Yeah.
see?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, we answered a lot of questions. um, so let me see. Is there any apps that you use to like remind yourself to do anything?
Well, I can't say that I'm really happy or enjoying what I'm doing. If I can do more, I will do more.
Yeah.
Yes, what I try to do is to encourage young dancers,
Yeah.
because young dancers today have a thousand of difficulties and a thousand of impact
Hmm.
to succeed in ballet.
Yeah. And
Because
it's so
also
competitive still.
yes, but also the international events do not help the
Hmm.
young dancers. You see, we
Hmm.
had the pandemic, we have in Europe, we have the war, and we don't know what the future is going to be.
Yeah.
But the dancers, if you take the young dancers or the mature one, they have to fight to succeed.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying is always to help them and to encourage them in all ways, in all means, because there are many who say, well, it's too difficult, okay, I forget it, and
Yeah.
I just leave the ballet, which is a shame.
Yeah. And is there anything that you've done, or I guess since the pandemic, a lot of things were remote. Is there anything you've done to like help keep them consistent, despite, us having a
I
lot of,
have been giving some ballet classes and some gym classes by Zoom or by
okay.
Skype
Yeah.
on the net. But it's not the same thing. It's not the
Yeah,
same
it's in person.
feeling. You must have the person in front of you. If I give you a class now, you will look at me, but you will understand what I say, maybe. But it's not the same thing like if you are working in the same ballet studio.
Yeah. Because
The
you
feeling is
also don't
different.
know. Yeah, you don't know if you're doing it right. Like it may look like it, but your form may be
Yeah, because
off.
you
Yeah.
have you have to touch the muscle of the student to tell him, look, this is wrong. You must open your arm or you must hold your neck
Yeah.
in order that they understand what you say. But in the video on the net, you can explain until tomorrow. They will look at you, but they will don't understand.
Yeah. That
They
is
will
true.
not get them. Yeah.
It's a sport that definitely needs like a one-on-one
Yes.
type of training. Yeah.
But you see, in United States, you have a tremendous amount of talent.
Mhm.
Have a lot of talent, and but the young students sometimes they have to quit ballet because after when they must start the audition and they try to get into big academies, or from an academy they try to go into audition to ballet companies.
Mhm.
And the selection is shrinking,
Yeah,
and there are a lot of students, good students, who are obliged to quit
because it's too
because they are not,
expensive.
yes, and they are obliged to quit because the company don't like them,
Yeah,
because they are not technically in their standards,
yeah.
which is a shame because you must give the chance to everyone.
Hmm.
You see,
Yeah,
once I said to some ballet teachers, I said, my dream would be to open a ballet company with all the dancers who are cancelled and refused by audition.
yeah,
And I'm sure that those category of dancers who are refused and cancelled from audition, they would work much better than the one who are accepted.
yes. It shouldn't be so like you have to follow this standard type to be
Yes, because
ballerina.
each ballet company has its own standard, has its own point of view, technical
Mhm.
point of view. Some who work more on contemporary, some others who work more on ballet. So it depends of the style that you work on.
Yeah.
And but you cannot have one dancer who is able to do all these styles.
Hmm.
You will
Yeah,
have,
for
yes,
sure.
the girl who can do fouettes, very good fouettes, but maybe she will not be able to do contemporary dance properly.
So they just have to find what they're good at and build from there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we got like 3 minutes left. That was the Zoom. So before we close, is there anything important that you feel like I should know?
Well, the important thing is that I'm very happy that I have met you, and I take
Same.
and I take this occasion. I don't know if you are on Facebook.
I am.
Okay, so you will find two profiles with my name,
Okay.
one which is black and white color, and one which is color.
Mhm.
And I just stand like that, you know. So I'm very ugly. I look like Frankenstein. And, if you click on the color one, the color photo, you will find or if you digit the Ballet International. And
Okay.
it's a red icon with a gold design.
Mhm.
And this is a group where is reserved for all professional and amateur dancers.
Love that. So I'll take a
So
look at
you are welcome to join in.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll send you this video as well through your email, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm very happy and thank you for giving me the chance to talk with you.
Of course. Well, thank
And
you.
I hope if young dancers will listen to what we said today, it will motivate them to continue their dance.
I hope so too. You're very, very great to talk to, like a lot of experience. And you're probably like the only person that from overseas that I've talked to. So that's amazing. And I really appreciate your time also.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye bye.
Bye.